Righteous, righteous. We'll get some time for people to get up in here. I'm gonna send this link to some of my compadres on the social media sites. So give me a second. Bear with me before I discuss what I need to discuss. And mind you, while I'm disgusting or discussing, I am a bit disgusted with what has transpired. But that's another story. You feel me? We're gonna get right into the dialogue. Let me just send this to a couple of my Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. While I'm doing that, y'all can comment or like, subscribe, whatever it is you want to do. You feel me? Before we go in. Give me 1 second. You feel me? And then we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in. Cause this shit is crazy, man. Niggas is out here snuffing niggas. Come on, man. Come on, son. Come on, son. All right, that's enough. That's enough. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. All right, man. So Draymond Green, Jordan Poole at practice, chilling. Look like they getting into a conversation or they got a conversation brewing that's apparently a little bit heated. A little bit of static, a little bit of friction going on. Draymond hovers up, walks up to Jordan Poole. The audio is muted, so we don't know what was said. But we do know that the initiation was words rather than physical actions. So, in spite of what was said, we saw what was done. So, words was exchanged. Draymond comes hovering over Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole kind of got the resistance, like, hey, you breaching space. You get all in Jordan Poole's face. Out of necessity, out of survival, I feel Jordan Poole warranted the push. Or Draymond warranted the push from Jordan Poole. Then after the push, you got Draymond Green stealing on Jordan Poole. Flat out. Straight connected punch. My whole thing, man. As men, as people, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. It's the reason why they call it a cheap shot. It's the reason why they say it's a sucker punch. You feel me? To me, that gesture was, you know what I'm saying, not a promotable gesture from Draymond Green. You ain't getting no kudos, no props for that. For one, Jordan Poole is your teammate, your ally. So at the least, you could show your common ally the respect of giving them the fair one. All right, man. All right, you got a problem? Let's go outside and let's handle this. Like the old Western days, you know what I'm saying? You got a problem, I challenge you to a duel. And then we can settle it out. Whoever wins, wins. But I challenge you to a duel. So now you're made aware that I have a problem. I'm made aware you have a problem. And we're both made aware that we're going to settle this problem physically. That was not the case. Draymond, to me, was domineering. and was bullying his little homie. You gotta remember Jordan Poole, 2, 3 year rookie, or not 2, 3 years, but been in the league for a lesser amount of time than Draymond. Draymond got more notoriety and is a bigger figure, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's better than anybody, but Draymond has a little bit of weight in the NBA, in the grounds of the NBA. And physicality wise, he's taller, he's bigger, he's stronger than Jordan Poole. So, in all frames of reference, it looked like little homie versus big homie type shit. So, for me, it's like, why you do that? Why did you take it to that extent? Did you get so emotionally triggered that you couldn't control yourself from attacking this man, from hitting this man, your teammate, your alleged teammate, your friend, and all that stuff? Was it for brownie points? Because you got this tough guy stigma that some people put on Draymond or people in the league that might feel that they have to act a certain way when thrust in a certain position or certain light. But to me, you get no kudos for a sucker punch. You get denounced actually for a sucker punch. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know what I'm saying, any person who I consider to be solid condones sucker punching somebody. You feel me? It's almost a fear-based tactic. It's almost a tactic of cowardice. I'm not saying Draymond is a coward or anybody's a coward, but I'm saying the action in itself is indicative of something. If you don't have the courage to tell somebody, hey, let's fight. I want to fight you. I'm mad. You push my buttons. After this practice, we could go outside. So we don't breach what's going on here and we get our issue out the way. I think that's just. I think that's a fair, you know what I'm saying, exchange. F is going to get physical. We creatures of reason and ration predominantly. So we don't have to get physical if we use the capacity of reason and logic. Like we seen in the video, it was words at first, so it was reasoning. I don't know if it was logical reasoning, but it was reasoning nonetheless that spilled over into the realm of physicality. So in that realm of spillover, it has to be a mutual conclusion. Like, okay, we spilling over into this realm right now. And some might argue, okay, Jordan Poole pushed him first. That was his. He spilt it over. But you know the language. You know the language of respect. You know the language of give me 5 feet. Don't come into my personal space. We all have a bubble, an invisible bubble around us that emits a certain energy as to what is permissible for you to breach. Some people more close than others. Some people feel like, oh, hey, Dame is a friendly dude. I can go up, hey, give him dap. And you got some people who might have the mean stank face, and they like, oh, man, walking across with that aggression. They bubble is wider than a nigga who's smiling. So you be like, all right, let me give them their space. But out of the general respect of any human being, you don't come all into a man or woman's face. You don't hover over somebody without expecting any type of reaction. So for me, it went past words when you got somebody's physical presence hovering over another body. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense if Jordan Poole at that time felt threatened. You feel me? By the vibes. So while people are going to argue, he pushed him first, he shouldn't have pushed him. What would you do if somebody's all in your face hovering over you? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, you in these masculine spaces, you in these worlds, the last thing you want to do is fear is innate, but cowardice is the reaction to fear. So you can be in fear, you can heartbeat pumping, you could be nervous, but if you show cowardice in this instance, if somebody hovering in your face and then you just back off and run, fight or flight type shit, you're gonna lose respect from everyone in this field of masculinity. So to me, as a response, I think Jordan Poole did what was necessary to stand his ground in that situation. Like, oh, you talking shit? Oh, now you coming into my face, nigga, get out my face. Simple. Not saying get out my face. I want to fight. Jordan Poole could have swung on him too. It's definitely a difference between pushing and swinging. D Nice says that wasn't a sucker punch. Let me know what it was, D Nice. First comment in the building. Talk to me, man. You feel me? To me, this is my opinion. It's a mid sucker punch. Partial sucker punch. I get what you're saying. The initiation of the push warrants somebody. All right, if I push somebody, I am expecting them to do something back. So that takes the sucker out of the punch a little bit to an extent. But in the same breath, you hovering over me in my space, facts, he should have been on guard. I'm not dismissing Jordan Poole's role. He should have been on guard and ready for whatever was coming at him. But in the same breath, it's a difference between talking to somebody. It's a difference between jostling and pushing for position, especially in the NBA. We see that shit all the time. Niggas is pushing and shoving, but nobody ever throwing punches. So it's levels. It's communication, then it's slightly physical with the pushing and shoving, and then it's swinging. Once you swinging, you at that level. It's fight now. You know what I'm saying? We seen pushing and shoving get broken up and stopped so many times in the NBA that level in itself is like a lower threshold of an actual fight. So for me, in them spaces, even though again Jordan Poole should have been ready for that, you know what I'm saying? You push somebody, you provoke that. But even in those spaces, I feel like Draymond Green knows the etiquette. He knows the unwritten rules. He knows the culture in basketball as well as the culture in society and our demographic of the streets and how things are supposed to be handled. You got a problem with somebody, you let them know you have a problem with somebody. And then y'all can go outside and y'all can handle it. Y'all can scrap. If y'all friends, shake hands after the scrap. If you're not friends, hey, we scrapped, we got it over with. Maybe we can scrap again. I don't know what it is. But to me, that is a sucker punch because in those spaces, that basketball realm, nobody usually extends it to just swinging on a nigga after a push. Especially when to me, I feel like Draymond was bullying. You know what I'm saying? You provoked the push. You hovered up in a nigga face. In Draymond's head, I feel like he know he could whoop Jordan Green, which is partially why he might be doing what he's doing. If that was Zach Randolph, it might be a different story. If that was Jermaine O'Neal, it might be a different story. If that was Rasheed Wallace, it might be a different story. If that was Ben Wallace, it might be a different story. But I feel like the whole nature of his aggression, his domineering position, like it's like, little nigga, what's up? Like, what you gonna do? Probably was trying to mark him out. And Jordan Poole defending himself, pushed the nigga. And then you swung full throttle. That was a full throttle punch. Full throttle punch. You little homie, you might chastise him. I wouldn't even do that. If that's my little homie, my little guy, I wouldn't even chastise the nigga. I'll let the push fly. Cause like, all right, especially if you know you could whoop him. Draymond, you could tell in that video he thinks he could whoop Jordan Green. Or Jordan Poole, excuse me. You could tell. You wouldn't hover over a nigga if you didn't feel that way. So you get the push and then you react like that. I think that's a sucker punch to me. You feel me? But again, it's arbitrary. D Nice makes a good point. You should have been on guard as somebody who pushed somebody in any instant. But at the same time, I think that's a whole move. You know what I'm saying? He said that was a Superman punch. No, hey, that was a real punch. That was a real punch. You see, straight right, connect, bing. Jordan Poole probably grabbed him. Feel me? Going down type shit. And now one of them niggas got to get traded. As a response, like, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, if I'm the Warriors owner GM sitting up in there, and Draymond, you got value, whatever. Jordan Poole, you got value, but this has to be resolved. And for me, I'm looking at the person who took it to the level to where it's past resolve. You in them locker rooms, hyper masculine ass locker rooms, it's not gonna be flying down. It ain't gonna fly tomorrow, the next day, and the next day with Jordan Poole and Draymond. It's not gonna be a resolve unless Jordan Poole is just gonna submit to that. You know what I'm saying? The happenings of that. But if when you you tapped into your masculine essence as well, you're gonna want to protect yourself. You're gonna want to protect your name so that people don't stomp and diminish and ridicule you every chance they get. It's a phrase in these inner cities, they say you get marked out. If you get marked out, then anybody can come nudging and mushing on your head because hey, should you let him do it? So for me, that's where I stand with it. Like, and I feel sorry for my nigga Jordan Poole too. Like, damn, man, you just want to ring with Golden State Warriors. I'm balling. I'm ascending on my journey. And now I got this nigga talking shit. They was talking shit back and forth before. And then you get the spillover with the punch. We're gonna see Draymond apologize. Probably might see Poole apologize, but we definitely gonna see Draymond apologize. But if I was the Warrior, hey, I sever ties, to be honest. May not be a big deal to y'all, but that fucks up the locker room camaraderie. The Warriors is not even them type of niggas. If you was talking about the Pacers, again, this wouldn't happen on the Pacers. The Pacers back in fucking '05. Steven Jackson, Ron Artest, Jamal Tinsley, Jermaine O'Neal, these niggas, they come from a certain area, an environment where you ain't gonna hover over me. You gonna get stolen on probably as soon as you come and try to hover up on me. So you feel me? With that being said, it's like you got Draymond who has, to me, some of that cloth, that old school cloth. I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to him from an older era of physical basketball, shit talking, and just like, you know what I'm saying, that Detroit Piston, Bill Laimbeer type essence. He got that. But in using that over somebody who don't got that, Jordan Poole, who not really more of a new era type essence, you feel me, with respect. It's like, bro, that's kind of bullying. Pick on somebody your own size, my nigga. You knew he didn't want to fight. He pushed you. If he wanted to fight, he would have socked your shit. But what do I know, man? What do I know? That's just my thoughts, man. With that being said, it's your boy Dame. I want to know what y'all think. Is it a sucker punch? Is Draymond wrong or righteous for his doings? I think he was completely in the wrong. Again, you got tenure on the team. You big homie. You one of the leaders of this team, vocal leaders. So for you to come and let a push, something like a push, allow you to sock deck somebody in the face, deck your teammate, deck your top three scorer on the team, top three or four, one of them. Yeah, he was out of pocket, man. That being said, it's your boy Damon. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. Hit the likes, hit the share, subscribe. Draymond, come on, my nigga. Come on, my gang. And that's the thing, like, there's plenty of opportunities to fight. You want to release that therapy. There's plenty of opportunities to fight. You can go get in some gloves. Have a fair exchange with somebody if you want to fight. But you know what I'm saying? Sucker punching somebody. I mean, but again, I will say this in fairness, like D Nice said. In the streets, if a nigga push you, you might get swung on. You might get socked. So I ain't gonna say it's a complete sucker punch like Jordan Poole was caught completely off guard. But I will say it was somewhat of a sucker punch. That's a half a sucker punch. Because, nigga, you didn't have to take them extremities at practice and under those pretenses. With that being said, man, that's your boy Dame, man. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. Draymond, come on, my nigga. Come on.